All right. Hello, everybody. Starting like 20 seconds earlier than expected in terms of the timing, but also a little bit later than expected because of time, other things. But I am super excited to be back because it has been like 2 weeks since I've been able to stream, and I'm so stoked to be here again. Uh, for anyone who doesn't remember, we are currently in the Underdark in this little temple thing here, which I believe is a temple of Selune, if memory serves. Okay, yeah, that's a bad idea. See, I thought it was a bad idea, but I tried anyway. I'm not smart, you know. Well, sometimes I am, but normally I'm not. 84 years is kind of rounding it down there, Rev. I mean, let's be practical and realistic here. Okay, so the problem that I'm facing right now is that if I leave, then I'll get like blasted in various ways by the nasty things. So, I fail. Gotta see if there is some way to do this. So yeah, incidentally, this is an, I guess, outpost or temple or something to Selune, who is the goddess of light, effectively. Now, our friend Shadowheart, also known colloquially as Shart, is a follower of Shar, who is the opposite of Selune, kind of the other side of the coin, so to speak. Oh my god, this is terrible. This is so awful. I'm going to use all my tools, and let me guess, there's like nothing back here. Hang on. Okay, yeah, see, there's like nothing here anyway. I don't know why I care so much. Sitting here trying to open stuff for no reason. So I've been pretty good, all in all, Rev. I've been crazy busy. Just a lot of stuff going on. A lot of family things that we've been dealing with, and just various outings that we've had to do. Like time sensitive outings and stuff like that. But all in all, I mean, it's been fun for the most part, so that's good, I guess. But yeah, how about yourself? How are you doing, Rev? Now, in the meantime, I'm going to see. Shoot, I don't see a way to shut this off. So we read about the night song. So the night song is something that we've heard about from several locales, where it's a weapon of some sort that we can use to fight against the evil that is coming upon us. So just for a quick refresher for you guys, we see valuable object is difficult to track down, blah 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 blah. Find night song and blah, 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 blah. But yeah, so see the old Sharan fortress somewhere near Moonrise Towers. And so again, Shar is the darkness to Selune's light. Now, if you were a mechanism by which this whole thing shut off, how would you function? Where would you be? Because I have effectively two options. Well, three options right now. I can either just bolt through and take the damage on the chin. I can keep looking for something to try and shut it off. Or we can go back and look for another means around and about. Hey, look, another means around and about. I don't like anything that has a name like Torch Stock. Shart, you might want to get away from that thing that's glowing super bright. Let me see here. I can't target an inanimate entity. Doesn't anybody have something? Can you use Eldritch Blast on anything?
One move ahead.
All right. So I'm not liking the fact that there's a bunch of petrified folks hanging around here. It's more than a little bit worrisome. So, what creatures turn people to stone? Oh, COVID? Oh, shoot. Finally gotten by the Rona after 4.5 years. That's impressive. Oh! Crap! So, for anyone who hasn't played D&D, or by extension Baldur's Gate, this is a this is a version, I should say, of a beholder, which is probably the most well-known D&D monster to like ever D&D. And it's angry at me. Oh man, seriously? No, Rev! So, this is bad for anybody who's unaware. That might be fairly clear, but just to fully clarify, this is very bad. Are you serious? Not enough movement? Let's see. Oh, fun! Swap positions whenever we cast a spell. Oh, incidentally, Rev, I'm so excited. I finally watched the D&D movie. I know! It's been insanely long. I don't know why it took me so long. but I did it. And it was awesome. It was so hilarious. I had seen part of it just after it came out, but never finished it. And so I was like super stoked to finally watch it in full. I actually did kind of a fun thing. Well, I think it was a fun thing. So I made it into like a date night shtick where my family and I, we can never really decide on what to eat for dinner, right? I know, shocking, because how can you not decide? It's obvious. And so we did this, and what I did is I made a sheet with a bunch of options for foodstuffs to get, and for all of the different foodstuffs, I applied it to a roll on a D20. Bugger. And depending on how well we did, or depending on what we got, that determined dinner. And what I did is I had my family basically pick specific things that they could change with it. So, for example, you could remove one restaurant and replace it with something else, or you could give advantage to the roll to roll again and get something that you want better or want more type of thing. And everybody really loved it. It was a blast. It was a lot of fun. And we did the same thing for dessert, because we were like, should we have dessert at the place where we eat, or should we have dessert back at home? And we got to make modifications to those rolls too. Because for better or worse, we all play D&D in some form. It was a lot of fun. It really was. But anyway, so that is a spectator / beholder. Oh, that was my action.
Say bye-bye.
Dang, Karlak.
Nothing will stand in my way.
We switched places. I love it. Chaos magic is the best. I am a fan. Given the option between wackadoodle chaos magic and just regular whatever nothing, I'm going with wackadoodle chaos magic. So let's take a look at this spectator friend of ours. Ooh, fun. Got the Ray of Fear. So does anyone not have a necklace? Will doesn't have a necklace. There you go, Will.
Soldier?
So yeah, it was a fun little outing for all of us to do and see stuff. And then we watched technically we'll watch the movie in 2 parts. We watched most of it that night, and we finished it the next morning. Oh, I was freaking out because I heard rain. I got a misting system for my chameleon, and now whenever it goes off, it always freaks me out. Still not used to it.
Keep going a little longer now.
I got him some new stuff. He's gonna be excited. Well, not excited so much as...
Watch yourself. I spy a trap.
Not excited so much as he might be a little nicer to me. Maybe. I don't know.
Never a dull moment.
Now, the problem is nobody has decks. Holy crap! Like, literally nobody
Sharp as ever.
in my party has decks. Shoot.
One move ahead.
Ah!
A trap. Watch it.
Yeah, I know there's a trap. Oh, dang it! Rev, did you blow up the thing again? See, Rev 2.0 is completely careless. It's ridiculous. He's wandering around with this torch everywhere, and so whenever we come by something explosive, it blows up. Oh, shite. Wait, what? What is this? Whatever it is, I don't like it. So, I'm going this way. Told you I didn't like it. Boulette. Well, they never said that going to the Underdark would be fun. And he's got high defense? Shoot.
Cry about it.
This is my time. Stay on my feet.
Freaking like no damage. Stupid magic missile. Not really sure what that was, but it worked in my favor, so I'm down. I'll take it. You need a 17? Good lord.
Favors the fearless.
It's insane. Yeah, you got stabbed a little bit.
Ready.
Sometimes the only way out is through.
Freaking high defense. I hate high defense when I don't have it. Okay. This feels accidentally cheesy now. Like, seriously?
Holding back.
I kind of feel bad for the little guy.
Got to focus.
Because, you know, he's terrible. And so he basically just stood there and like wiggled around a little bit.
What's the story?
The important thing is I won. That's all that really matters. Blood Guzzler. Sounds disgusting. I love it.
All right.
So one thing that would be very helpful right about now is Featherfall. But I don't believe I've got access to it right now.
The pride of the gate.
So Featherfall allows you to eliminate fall damage. And the problem is, as you can see, there's quite a lot of various falls that can occur. Summon creature. What summon creature? Nobody summons anything. Who summons stuff nowadays? Summoning stuff is so old school.
Let's get going.
Yeah, I was super excited coming in to today because, like I said, I know it's been a super long time since I've been able to stream, so I'm legit stoked, and I am very glad that I can be here and do all the
There's
stuffs.
been a drow supply cache. Nothing left but some empty boxes.
Let's see here. Dark Mother, Weaver of Destiny, offers a blessing to slay your foes. May they be strangled by threads of fate and dyed red in your image. Loth be praised. For anyone unfamiliar, Loth is the spider goddess whom the drow revere. She is kind of their go-to for all things, religious-y. And they said this is light armor, right? It gives you stealth? I don't really need stealth. Oh, am I Astarion? Rev 2.0 don't roll like that. You don't need no stinking stealth.
Where am I needed? 2 steps at a time.
So one thing about the Underdark is that it has a lot of unique plants that you can collect, which is obviously pretty cool.
Shouldn't have wished to live in more interesting times.
You see how smart I was? I turned off the torch. There's a lot of stuff here.
Attack. Keep in pace.
Not sure I want to
Who
know.
the hell dug this out?
None of us know anything. Oh, this better not be another one of those things. Well, maybe I'll get lucky again and it'll just get, kind of stuck. Just kind of wander around back and forth within us.
These are arranged in a circle.
Thought that might have done something.
So mushrooms being arranged in a circle tends to indicate, well, it's a mushroom circle, and it's often associated with fae. So fairies and the like.
Half this drow's body is crushed. Must have fallen from pretty high up.
Intellectual. So basically, homie here came in, tried to control something that was beyond his controllability, and then got pwned. Sounds about right. He did the dumb. Did the dumb. Place is insanely huge. Now, I will say, incidentally, that the whole thing that we're doing here, this is an in-between part of Act 1 and 2.
Better watch out.
Wait, what are we watching out for? Shoot, I missed it. What the fudge? Okay, let's go back.
All right. What now? Never wanted the easy path.
What's next? This way.
Any shot? Got it.
I should be safe to get out of turn-based. Okay. I saw that, Rev. I saw that. The Queen of Turfs being sued by the Olympic medalist. And didn't she delete, like, what was it, 27 tweets or something like that? Like, trying to cover her tracks? God, that whole thing with the Olympic medalist was ridiculous. So for anybody who either forgot or didn't hear for whatever reason, there's an Olympic boxer from, I want to say Algeria, but that's probably incorrect. And essentially, she was born and assigned the gender of female. It happens that genetically speaking, she has both an X and a Y chromosome. This is something that can happen when it comes to, people doing things and people being born. It's just a fact. And so transphobes everywhere are saying, oh, keep men out of women's sports and blah, 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 blah. And it's like, no. She has been a female since birth because that is that was the gender she was assigned at birth. For those who care about that type of thing.
Damn, it's good to be alive.
And
Let's move.
it's just stupid people saying stupid stuff, being like, oh, she's trans, she's got an advantage.
Waste a step.
And if memory serves, she ended up getting like a bronze medal. But basically, the whole controversy came in when one of her opponents seceded. Not seceded. What's the word? Basically gave up and said, yo, you win. Without actually really
Maybe I need more pockets.
having a combat. And so that's where the whole shtick came from. But it's just really stupid because you hear all of these people complaining who don't have a well-known or a decent foundation of basic biology. Well, I say basic biology. It's not really basic. And now the medalist is suing a whole bunch of people who were involved in essentially saying, like, what the fudge? Like, how could you do this? You're a terrible person. You're not a woman, blah, blah, blah. It's just, people be stupid. And stupid is gonna stupid, as we have heard from Forrest Gump. Yeah. Camera's going wackadoodle. There we go. Okay, so there's a path there, but there's no way I can reach it. Remember earlier when I said I could really use Featherfall? This is what I'm talking about. Okay, it was Algeria. All right, I'm glad. And that's the problem, though, is just as we see so many times with so many bigots and so many things like that, obviously people are going to continue saying whatever they want, regardless of evidence placed before them. Now, granted, I'm biased as a scientist, and I'm aware of things like Turner syndrome and things like that, because they do happen on occasion. And there is a concept in meiosis, which is what makes germ cells, in other words, sperm and egg cells, called non-disjunction, which will prevent the proper distribution of chromosomes. And that's what causes this type of stuff. It happens. It is a simple fact of biology. It is a thing that occurs. Like, there's no way of getting around it. But, you know, we can't be bothered because,
I'm ready.
heaven forbid,
Got to keep moving.
somebody is all like,
Thunder of the people.
oh, I can't do it. Oh, blah, 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 yakety, yakety. Whatever's is. So yeah, basically between an Algerian boxer and Australian quote unquote break dancer and a Turkish shooter, we have, I think, probably the three major memes from the Olympics. I know there were others, but I think those are the ones that probably got the most traction. Could be mistaken, but at least from what I can tell, what I can remember,
No signs of life. This camp's long been about.
that's what I'm familiar with. Okay, so we're in a mysterious village of mystery. Now what we need to do is to get up here. I mean, I guess technically we don't have to get up meow, but we could get up meow. What would be nice is to find a place that we can rest. Draugr! AKA the dwarves of the Underdark. I'm just saying, if you've got elves of the Underdark, drow, you may as well have dwarves of the Underdark, Draugr. I'd say executed.
If the gods are watching me.
Executed
I'll
people.
take that.
It is kind of sad that the Olympics are over, though, because now it's like, what are people going to watch?
And they're everywhere.
Because, well, I guess football season is about to start.
What in the nine hells is that?
Careful. If we can hear it, perhaps it can hear us.
Yeah, that's why I'm not talking. All right. Who wants to guess what the fudge that was? Anybody? Anybody?
God, what?
Now, who wants to guess why things are collapsing on top of us? Now, I remember Asterion a while ago said that he was going to eat one of the parasites that I got. As yet, he has not done so. I'm looking forward to the time when he actually does. Because in my granted limited playthroughs of this game, I have not seen anyone do that. Like I have kept the straight and narrow. I've done the what's it called? The straight edge. You know, no drugs, no alcohol, no parasites. Myconoid.
These creatures did battle with Dwergar.
So myconoid are fungal creatures that inhabit the Underdark. For anybody who plays D&D 5th edition, you actually can play as a myconoid. I believe they are a playable race. They have dark vision.
Careful. Even the mushrooms down here can't be trusted.
Then stay away from the mushrooms. Y'all be dumb. Why is everybody so dumb? Oh, sure. You pick up one piece of flesh, and it makes you encumbered. That's fine. I see how it is. I'm still waiting for an easier way to put stuff into wares. This is all the stuff that you like automatically sell when you get to a
What to do?
sales person. Speaking of D&D 5th edition, has anybody purchased the upcoming stuff? The new what are they calling it? Like the 5th edition 2024 or whatever it is. I guess we're kind of going the way of 3rd edition. Dang it, Shart! Shart fail.
Checking things out. What have we here?
So anyway, yeah, it seems like we're going the method of D&D Edition 3 or 3rd edition, where they released version 3.5. And honestly, 3.5 was probably the most popular one. A lot of people actually still play it. I personally don't. I stick with 5th. I really like 5th. I think it strikes a nice balance between everything. But now, Wizards of the Coast is releasing a new set of books that revamps a lot of aspects of especially character creation and interaction and all sorts of stuff like that. Doing stuff like attempting to make backgrounds more what's it called? make backgrounds more meaningful and all sorts of things along those lines. I have to say I'm looking forward to it. I think it's got potential to be really cool.
For another round?
I'm cautiously optimistic about it. Because the problem from my perspective is that we've seen this type of thing not super frequently, but frequently enough that it's kind of like, well, I can see this being just a cash grab. And I don't like that fact. But they're releasing the first of the books in September, I believe. They're releasing the player's guide. But they're redoing all three of the core books: the player's guide, the DM's guide, and the monster manual. All three of them are being redone. So that's cool. Hang on. Seriously. There are minotaurs down here. Oh, yeah. Oh, the Elder Brain. That's right. We haven't really talked much about the whole plot thing. We've heard on and off stuff about the Elder Brain. And basically we know it's a bad thing. Apparently the Elder Brain is trying to control people. People are not, as they say, cumpleaños with that.
Don't mind if I do.
That means happy in Spanish.
Open up.
Yeah, and I like having the game start at level 3 for D&D. I mean, whatever you want to call it. Okay, y'all see the traps, and then you just go and step on them. Like, why? Oh. Okay, well, this is a problem. So for anybody who has not played D&D, whether it's 5th edition or pretty much anything else, early levels in D&D are pretty brutal. They're boring, they're kind of, I guess, long-winded.
Mercenaries and cutthroats. Useful friends. If you can afford them.
If you're able to do the D&D thing, then it can be really frustrating and annoying because you don't start getting decent skills until levels 2 and 3. So the fact that they're making a change like that is really nice. Hopefully it'll be helpful for all.
I'll give it a shot.
Let's see here.
Doesn't work.
Of course it doesn't work. That would be too easy. But I'll say, Rev, for me, the 3-5 skill system, it's honestly a tough call from my perspective. I like it. I really do. But it's tough. Depending on how your DM handled things, there's just so many things that you can do, learn, have, and all of that stuff. Like, I remember it was either the first or the second time that I was playing 3-5. I got the artisan skill or capability or whatever for brewing. I was like, awesome, I know how to brew stuff. And anytime we run into like a brewmaster in a city, then I'll be able to talk to him and, be able to have a good solid chit chat. But it literally never came up. Now, granted, that is a lot on the DM because they make whatever happens. But at the same time, there are so many small niche skills, abilities, and things like that in 3-5 that it can make it really difficult to keep track of properly. That it makes it difficult to play, in my opinion. Again, this is all very much mine. But now I may be thinking of something slightly different, but still. That is a fair point. There's definitely something to be said for the casters and non-casters and the rather large divide between them. Because it's... I mean, with a game like D&D, it's always difficult to make a good balance for, with, and of things like that. Because, like, what are you going to do? How are you going to do it? Because you don't want either your melee or distance attackers to feel like they're not contributing, they're not doing anything, or they're not capable. But you really have to be careful with power creep and trying to balance out, like, okay, now the wizard can do fireball, nothing else matters. But, yeah. Now, what you can theoretically do, at least, is add in some of the skill stuff from 3.5. And I think that's what they're trying to do with the, whatever they're calling it, the 5E 2024 or 2024 5E something, is they are taking what, in my opinion at least, has been the overall most solid gaming experience. I know there are certain things that 3.5 did better than 5th. There's not really anything that 4th did because we don't talk about 4th edition. It's like, what 4th edition? It's kind of like the Windows Vista of D&D editions. Yeah, it's like, no. I think 5th edition has been a really good balance as far as ease to get into, player capability and player autonomy in terms of what folks can choose or not choose to do and when, along with... Oh, that's going to be painful. What they can choose or not choose to do at any particular moment, and having a good depth of character builder without being too overwhelming. I know when I played, especially with newer players, many people had a lot of difficulty in 3.5 with doing character creation and tracking and everything because there were so many nuances that you could get, find, have, use, and all of that. It's 100% still a thing in 5th edition. I have just found it to be much less of a burden. But again, that's just me.
Very well.
I'm not very smart. I just kind of hang around and look confused and pretty. Mostly confused. Primarily confused. Just confused. So that is... I believe that is the symbol for Selune. Because this is right where Selune's thing is. Hey, this seems like a great idea. Let's take the sword from the stone.
Slender drow blade impales the stone before you, keeping a silent vigil.
Let's see. What should we do, Rev? Should we just try to yank it? Or should we, think about it first? Not great for Karlach. Oh! Bummer. Alright, we'll roll one more time. Okay? Everybody cross your fingers and toes. Oh, that might do it. Yeah!
This blade was a warrior's sacrifice to Elistray. Blood can only be honored with blood.
So, should we shed some blood so that we can get a fancy new sword? I'm just saying, it looks pretty fancy. Oh, God. Why do people always do that?
On the blade flickers and glows. It rises from the stone, hanging in the air in silent offering.
I mean, seriously, like, if... If, and this is a big if you need to, like, give some blood or whatever for a ritual or to gain a thing or because somebody asked you to, everybody always goes for the blade to the palm or the arm or whatever. Like, no, dude. Just, like, give yourself a little slice on the finger. Seriously, do you know how hard it is to work and use your hand after you've cut your palm? It is insane. I don't understand why people do this. It's like the dumbest thing you can possibly do. People be stupid. God. Ridiculous. Okay, let's see. Get some new spells. Should we get Mass Healing Ward? Seems like a good idea. Spirit Guardian is fun too. Ooh, Revivify. That might be helpful. So Shart doesn't have a huge number of damaging spells, which is fine. I mean, you know, whatever. The nice thing is that we'll be able to prepare other spells or different spells later. Oh, the Barbarian. Such an easy thing to get. Just whatevs. Okay, Warlock. Let's see. Oh, we get invocations. Okay, new spell. The Hunger of Hadar is really good. I mean, Fireball. Like, I mean, I have to. Like, legally speaking, I can't not take Fireball. I just can't. Let's see. So see, I like Repelling Blast. Repelling Blast is nice. So I'll probably go with that. Devil's Sight is a good one too. Especially because there's a lot of potential for magical darkness. But I'm going to go with Repelling Blast for now. Just because with Repelling Blast, you're able to
While I'm at it,
knock fools over into various chasms. More commonly known as a chasm. If you want to be all pronunciating about it. And yes, it is time to go. This is actually a pretty decent stopping point after a level up and getting a cool sword. So with that, we will save here. Having explored actually not a huge amount of the Underdark, but a fairly decent amount. But thank you so much, as always, for hanging around. For next week, I will say I'm not certain that I'll be able to join because there's going to be a new Ren Fair that's starting. I don't know if we really want to go on opening weekend, though. Not to mention my significant other is actually working now and will primarily be working weekends. But for the time being, at least, I got to get going because I've got some errands to run. So that'll be fun. But for everyone else, thank you so much for dropping by. Hope that you enjoyed. Thank you so much for coming. I know it's been a rough few weeks and I've had to cancel and everything, but I do really enjoy streaming. Honestly, it's something that I want to keep doing, even if it's not too frequent. I don't have any illusions about how amazing and awesome my streaming prowess is. So yeah, I hope that you're all good. Hope that you're all okay. For Rev, have a better week after COVID and everything. But that said, take care. Have a good overall week for everybody. Hopefully, I will see you next Saturday. If not, I'll let you know in advance. But thanks so much, and bye-bye, everybody.